Hello, I'm Nicola, and this is The Flower of Evil, my solo modern day adventure game. The premise of the game is that a black alien flower is about to bloom, event which will cause the destruction of Earth. You are a teenager who has suffered too much in their past, and for this reason you can see the flower. And you and your companion Serena are trying to create an alien blade which can cut the flower. And in your path there is a cult of pure, which believes the blooming of the flower will cure the world of rot. So they're trying to stop you. So the aim of the game is to reach 6 translation progress on this track, and you gain translation progress by getting artifacts on these countryside locations and returning them to Serena's house. You lose the game if the flower tracker increases and reaches the 5th space. So the game is played over a series of rounds divided into 3 phases: the action phase, the cult phase, and the rest phase. So during the action phase, you will be able to take various actions with your character, which will make time pass on the evening tracker. So if the tracker were to exceed the last space, you will incur some penalties, but more on this later. So the first action is to move, for example, to this countryside location, and each movement increases time by 1. After moving, you'll be able to search if you're on a countryside location, and the basic search means to basically reduce your energy on your track by 1 per progress made, and you track progress with this white cube here. If you reach 4 progress, you have to reset it to 0 and gain an artifact. For each 2 progress you make with an action, you increase time by 1. So if I made 4 progress, I would have to increase it by 2. After gaining an artifact, you can move to Serena's house, drop it there. This will advance time by 1 again, and then move to your house. Notice how I moved on my house on the nightfall space, which doesn't incur any penalties if you move when the time marker reaches there, only if it exceeds the last space. So if I were to gain a second artifact now, I would return it to the supply and gain 1 translation progress. Another search action you can do is a search using wits, which is the main usage of the wits stat here. So to search using wits, you roll the die and sum the result with your wits. So with a 6 or more, you instantly get an artifact. As you can see, I haven't got a 6 because 3 plus 2 is 5. So I won't gain an artifact. This type of search increases time by 1 and requires 2 energy. The last action you can do is to stay home, which first of all resets your max energy to your current max. So in this case I have 10 endurance, so I have 10 max energy. You will be able to recover secrecy up to your wits stat, and more on secrecy later. And you'll be able to cure 1 wound for your character if you get wounds during combat. After the action phase, there's the cult phase, where you will roll the die and move the cult to the resulting countryside location. There they will make 2 progress, reduce yours by 1 if there's some, and after that you will have to draw an interference card from the deck. And interferences are actions the cult takes to stop you, which can be like to reducing your secrecy, stealing artifacts, or forcing you to stay home, for example. And that's it for the cult phase. After that, there's the rest phase, where if you've returned home before nightfall or even if the time marker is here, basically if you haven't triggered a force return, you increase your energy by 2, still respecting your max energy, of course. and that's it. You'll simply recover 2 energy if you meet the conditions. So the other things to talk about are relics, which you draw a relic card when your translation progress reaches 2 or 4, and relics are those cards which give you passive effects. Then there is combat, which triggers if you move onto a countryside location with a cult. And to resolve combat, you simply sum your strength, your base strength, which is in this case is 2, with the strength given from energy, because each 4 energy will give you 1 strength. So in this case, I will have 4 strength. Then you draw a card from the cult deck. In this case, it's a 5, which with a fail condition, and then you roll the die. In this case, I've got a 4. So a 4 means that I gain 1 more strength, sorry, because with a 1 or a 2, you gain 0 energy, 0 strength. With a 3 or a 4, you gain +1 strength, and with a 5 or a 6, you gain +2 strength. So I've matched the number, because you need to either match or exceed the number on the cult card, and I've defeated the cult, which makes them return here. I gain 2 progress, but I lose 3 energy whether I won or lost. And if the cult wins instead, they will reset my progress to 0. They will gain 2 progress, and I will suffer wounds equal to the difference between strength. And each wound reduces your max energy by 1, and returning severely wounded will decrease your secrecy. So secrecy is tracked on this card and starts at 4. And if it falls to 0, you will be kicked out of the house. Resulting in these maluses, you will reduce all your stats by 1, you won't recover the 2 energy during the rest phase, and you won't be able to re-enter your house. Secrecy can be increased by staying home, restoring secrecy equal to your wits, and simply that's it. You can only restore energy this way. And finally, the last thing to talk about are the childhood traumas, which you randomly deal at the start of the game, for example, violent past. And each childhood trauma will give you new abilities and rules to abide to. So, for example, the card I just showed you gives me +1 strength, +1 progress when winning combat, and but I will lose 1 extra energy after combat. That was all to talk about. I hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.